Police believe the Roofman may still be in the area.
What the? Oh my God!
You got your passport? You got to leave tonight. I mean, can't I just stay? Oh, hell, I'll just lay low. I need you to really think about who you talk to.
You just look like this all the time?
Tell me what's going on. Right now.
Who do you want to be, Jeff?
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just saw Roofman, which is based on the true story about a guy who escapes from prison and lives inside a Toys R Us. And earlier I reviewed Tron Ares, if you want to check out that video. It should be up at the same time as this one. Doing a little double feature today because I wanted to see both movies. And I mentioned in that review I'm a little under the weather right now, so excuse me if I start coughing or whatever. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm very congested. So this movie stars Channing Tatum in a very different role. I'm used to him as like the 21 Jump Street, fun guy. And I'm a fan of his. I think he actually is a good actor. And this movie definitely proved that. This is based on a true story, like I mentioned. And I remember hearing about this many years ago. I randomly saw like one of those factoid things on social media about, hey, did you know there was a man who lived inside a Toys R Us in his own little hidden room, and he had a TV and everything like that. But I didn't know the full context. Like, I didn't realize he had escaped from prison and that he did a bunch of other stuff and lived a double life, and, So the whole premise of this movie is based on a true guy. Now, I don't know what they exaggerated or what. I'm sure they exaggerated something, because every movie does. But at the end of the movie, during the credits, they actually show interviews with, like, real-life people that were involved with this. And it seems like most of the stuff was, like, accurate. Like, it sounded pretty much, verbatim as to what the movie told. But I'm sure there's, like, a explanation video explaining, like, what was real and what wasn't. So basic gist, you have this guy, he's a family man, but he's broke. He's separated from his wife, I guess, and he has 3 kids, and he's trying to, like, do better, so he decides to go on a string of robberies and robs a whole bunch of, like, McDonald's. I think he robs, like, 45 McDonald's or something crazy like that. He gets a lot of money, buys a nice house, but he eventually gets caught. So he gets sentenced to prison, and it's a pretty lengthy sentence, too. So he decides to go ahead and escape prison. And in the midst of that, he ends up at a Toys R Us, and he ends up taking shelter in there. And in the meanwhile, he ends up forming a relationship with one of the employees there, who is, isn't aware of who this guy really is. And, she's played by Kirsten Dunst, by the way, and does an amazing job as well. So that's the basic premise of the movie. And the whole time I'm wondering, all right, at some point, it's going to go off the rails, because we know the truth. So, like, either he gets caught or, something. I didn't know, like I said, like, what was going to happen. I only knew the fact that he lived inside a Toys R Us, and that was it. And I got to tell you guys, this was an awesome movie. This was very much a feel-good movie. But at the same time, it's also very sad. Like, there were several moments that were very sad. The drama was really there. I actually got teary-eyed a couple times. I damn near cried at one scene towards the end. Yeah, this was a very good movie. Again, I really hope a lot of it is true. I feel bad for the people that had to go through, this man's robberies or whatever. But he was a nice guy overall. And even the people in the interviews say that. Like, he was a very nice guy. He was kind. He kept saying sorry about this, Yeah, this was a roller coaster. And I say feel-good movie. There are a lot of feel-good movie moments in this. I would definitely rewatch this movie a lot. And it actually has, like, a holiday feel, too. Like, there is a part that does take place around Christmas time. And I could see myself rewatching this around, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It is very much like a family movie. So, like I said, you have Jeffrey Manchester is the guy's name, played by Channing Tatum. And, man, this guy can act. Like, I've never seen him do a performance like this, I haven't seen all his movies or anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like a couple award nominations this year. Kirsten Dunst as well. She's obviously super talented. She was great in Civil War. Of course, Spider-Man. But and it's funny I mentioned Spider-Man. There's quite a few Spider-Man references in this. Not with her, but just the nature of the Toys R Us store. You also got Peter Dinklage in there, who's great in everything. Of course, he's awesome. Plays like the dick boss at her job. And you have a few actors in there I didn't even know were in the movie, like Lakeith Stanfield, who I love. He was great. Juno Temple from Ted Lasso's in there. She was great. What's her name from Orange is the New Black? Crazy Eyes. She's in there. And then Ben Mendelsohn from Rogue One. He was in there. Like, there's a bunch of people I didn't even know like we're going to be in this. So that was a pleasant surprise. But very good movie, though. Like, seriously, very feel good. Like, when the feel good moments are super feel good, but the sad moments are very sad. So I would say bring the tissues. But I love this movie. Like, seriously, it was very fun for the most part. It's definitely more happy than sad. It's probably like, I want to say 60-40. Could be like 65-35. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Because in the back of your mind, you're just thinking, like, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And, I was pretty much, sometimes with true story movies, I don't really love the way things play out, just because that's, how they have to play out, because it's based on truth. But I feel like the circumstances with this one, I actually liked how everything played out, even the end and whatnot. But yeah, it was a very good movie. I don't really have any complaints. I would give it like a 10. I don't know if I'm going to give it a 10. Probably a 9.5. I don't know. I just wish maybe little certain changes could have been made to like the plot, but again, they couldn't really do that. But yeah, Channing Tatum gives a very charming, very, very good performance in this movie. Very well-rounded performance. I really do hope he gets nominated for something. I don't know if it's going to be Oscar-worthy, but he should definitely get some recognition for this movie. I don't know who the director is. I didn't recognize his name, so... but yeah, I don't have a lot to say. This was a great movie. I was enthralled the whole time. I feel like my audience really loved it too. And seeing like the true stuff during the credits, the real life people being interviewed. I love when movies do that. Because after you see the fictional story, you want to see like, okay, what do the real people look like? Yeah, they did a good job with that. So. But yeah, this definitely worked as a movie. Certain true stories don't work, but this made for a great film. I was definitely entertained throughout. Yeah, just very bittersweet feeling at the end. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I don't want to say spoilers or anything, because I don't want to reveal things you might not know. Because again, I had a better experience not knowing what was going to happen. Yeah, so I feel like this review sucks, but just go see this movie. It was fantastic. Like, seriously, I'm going to give it a 9.5. Not quite a 10. I don't know. I got to rewatch it. I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out. But I think it's in my top 3 maybe of the year, top 5. Like, it was that damn good. Like, seriously. Recency bias, I have to be careful with that, but it was a great movie. Like, seriously. It's definitely more, overall, it's a drama. There is comedy in there, but overall, it is a drama. So, yeah. And they capture the time period very well, too. I do remember Toys R Us, feeling and looking like that back in the day. It takes place in 2004, so I was 8 years old. Yeah. But that's about it. I don't have much else to say, like I said. When a movie's that good, you don't really have a lot to critique or nitpick, Yeah. So anyways, let me know what you thought of the film in the comments. Do you think I'm giving it way too high of a score? And if there's any differences between the real life story and this one, let me know in the comments, like anything major. But yeah, excellent movie, seriously. And that's about it. I think next week is Black Phone 2, and I think something else is coming out. I know I'm seeing that for sure, though, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you thought of the film in the comments. And have a good one. Bye-bye.